The 4 richest companies on Earth just signed up for almost 10 gigawatts of nuclear power. That's enough electricity to run 7 or 8 million homes. There's only one problem. Almost none of these reactors have been built. Some of them don't exist yet. A few are still just designs on a hard drive. So why is big tech spending billions on power plants that aren't real yet? Follow the electricity and follow the money. Here's the thing nobody told you about the AI boom. It doesn't run on ideas. It runs on power. A single high-end AI chip pulls around 700 watts. Stack 100,000 of them together, which multiple companies now do, and you're drawing 70 megawatts around the clock without a break. The American grid was never built for this. Right now, more than 2,600 gigawatts of new power projects are stuck in line, waiting to connect. The average wait? About 5 years. And most of those projects never make it. They get withdrawn before they're ever plugged in. So the hyperscalers, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Meta, did the math. Waiting 5 years in a utility queue is a death sentence in the AI race. If the grid can't power you, you build your own power. And the fuel they picked? Nuclear. Watch how fast this happened. Microsoft signed a 20-year deal to restart a reactor at 3 Mile Island. Yes, that 3 Mile Island, site of America's most famous nuclear accident. The plant's been renamed 835 megawatts, backed by a $1 billion federal loan. As of June 2026, the last major grid hurdle was cleared, with power targeted for 2027. Microsoft got there first because instead of building something new, it restarted something old. Amazon went 2 directions at once. It locked up nearly 2,000 megawatts from an existing Pennsylvania nuclear plant, power it can use today. Then it led a $500 million investment into a company called X Energy to build brand new small reactors, with a goal of at least 5 gigawatts by 2039. Google signed the first corporate small modular reactor deal in U.S. history, 500 megawatts from Kairos Power. First reactor targeted for 2030, not 2026. 2030 at the earliest. And Meta made the biggest bet of all, up to 5-6 gigawatts across multiple developers. But Meta's own timeline puts most of that power in the early to mid-2030s. Add it up, around a dozen major deals, close to 10 gigawatts committed, a historic land grab for electricity. And here's the part that matters. Here's what the headlines leave out. As of 2026, there is not a single small modular reactor feeding electricity into the U.S. grid. Not one. The only commercial small reactor actually under construction in North America? It's in Canada. The first land-based commercial small reactor in the world is being finished in China, not America. The experts are blunt about it. These reactors are still years, plural, from commercial operation in the United States. And there's a bottleneck almost nobody talks about: the fuel. Many of these advanced reactors need a special enriched uranium the U.S. barely produces yet. You can sign all the deals you want. If there's no fuel and no factory, there's no power. So these aren't power plants. Not yet. They're promises, reservations. I owe us written against a technology that hasn't proven it can scale on schedule. Now, here's why you should care. Even if you never touch an AI chatbot, Washington is all in. There's a federal goal to quadruple American nuclear capacity by 2050, executive orders to fast-track reactors, hundreds of millions, even billions, in taxpayer-backed loans and awards flowing to these projects. So, ask the accountability questions. If big tech gets first claim on the cleanest, most reliable power, who's left holding the aging grid? When these companies build private reactors for private data centers, does the public that helped fund them ever get to plug in? And if the reactors slip 5 years, or 10, who eats the cost? The trillion-dollar company? Or the ratepayer down the street? The AI boom is being sold to you as inevitable. The power to run it is not. And right now, the biggest companies on Earth are quietly buying up the future of American electricity before the rest of us even knew it was for sale. If a handful of corporations locking down the nation's power supply sounds like something worth watching closely, that's what we do here. Subscribe. Because by the time this is front page news, the deals will already be signed. Drop a comment. Should big tech be allowed to build its own private power grid? Or does that electricity belong to everybody? We'll be tracking it. See you in the next one.